Hey everybody, good morning. It's Ronnie, back with you again. Just want to say thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch this video. Really appreciate everyone's support to the channel. If you want to support the channel in a very modest way, you can subscribe. That always helps. We don't make any revenue here at RCBASSIN. We're just doing this for the love of the sport of fishing, trying to educate other folks and make their fishing experience a little bit better. Hey, this morning I just wanted to talk to you real quick about the Bass Tracker Classic XL. So I'm a Bass Tracker Classic XL owner, and I purchased my Bass Tracker Classic XL back at the end of 2019, and it was a 2020 model. And I did it for several reasons. The price of the boat itself, it was my first new boat. I'd had some experiences with some older used boats, and it just always seemed like they were problematic. No matter how much work or time I put into it, I could never get them quite right. Engine problems, electrical problems, and it seemed like I spent more time working on them than I did fishing out of them. I wanted to buy a new boat, and the Tracker Classic XL was my first brand new boat. At that time, the price point was very attractive, and then the fact that all the things that you got out of the boat, besides it being my first brand new boat. And I love my Tracker Classic XL. I've not had any really bad thing to say about it for the couple of years that I've owned it. Done a lot of fishing out of it, and done a lot of modifications to it. It's been fun modding that little boat. I really have nothing bad to say about the boat. I know different folks have had different experiences with their trackers, Tracker Classics, and it seems like some of the newer models are the first run of the Heritage. Some of them may have had some quirks, and then here lately in some of the later model Tracker Classic XLs, they've had some quality control issues, etc. with that boat. But I think mine was kind of like right in the middle of the real big uptick, the high demand of those boats. So I had some metal shavings in the hull, and found a couple of deck screws and some other stuff down inside of it. I could have done a little bit better job with that, but overall nothing bad to say about the boat at all. But here lately, everything is getting more expensive, right? Inflation's going up, and the cost of materials are going up. Everything's getting more expensive. And it's just recently out in Oklahoma City for a work trip. I'm actually headed to work this morning, and I stopped in a local Bass Pro out there, and I went in and looked at a 2022 Tracker Classic XL that they had on the showroom floor, and I was absolutely shocked at the price on that boat. It was almost $18,000, and that's before any taxes and shipping destination charges and all that extra crap that they throw in on the end of the contract when you're buying a boat. I just couldn't believe the price jump. When I purchased my boat back in 2019, it was during right at the holiday period, and I think the sticker price on the boat was still, back when they were advertising them, for like $99.95. And that's when they came standard with a 40 horsepower Mercury, and you could do an upgrade for a couple $100 to the 50. Even after I took the 50 horsepower upgrade, I think the price for that boat was somewhere around $10,500, something like that. It was still very economical, and I paid that boat off in like a year and a half. So I own it now. It's completely paid for. But when I looked at the price of that boat for, almost an extra $8,000, looked at, what was different about it. Not very much. But really the only couple things I could see that were really different about the boat was the cleats on the rail around the boat. They were a fold down cleat, where mine are just they're just static in place cleat. And then everybody always wondered, what do you do with your back nav light, your pole? And it looked like they put like a little sleeve on the passenger side, on the rear deck for you to slide your nav light pole down in. That was really the only two things that I could see that were, different on that boat. I don't know about you, but that didn't look like $8,000 of upgrades or differences. Nothing I could tell that was different in that boat that would have cost or caused that price to jump almost $8,000. So, I think some of this might be some corporate greed, right? I'm interested to know what you think about it. I think these boats are largely popular. Tracker and Johnny Morris has sold a lot of these boats. And you can go out there and see some things that Johnny Morris has done since he took over Bass Pro and bought Cabela's, and I think they own Sportsman's Warehouse or some other some other outfitter companies now that kind of bought them up. He did the same thing with Ranger boats, and I think that the boat has been so popular that they've just absolutely socked it to the consumer and jacked the price up on these boats. I really can't see any other reason why. Just the demand, the popularity of the boat. Now, there could be some material cost increase. I know, like I said, everything's gotten more expensive, but I don't see $8,000 of additional expense in that boat. Now, if I had to go back and do it all over again, and it was the same time, same price point, I would absolutely buy that Tracker Classic again. Today, if I was looking at a Tracker Classic XL, man, I don't know that I would pull the trigger on that boat for $18,000. I would have to look at, the other boats above the Tracker Classic XL, maybe the 170, the 175, the 195. I'd really have to look at those boats, and then even the entry-level Nitro, based on that price point of that Classic XL. Now, if all those other models have comparatively increased in price, all of them are $8,000 more, then maybe something could be said about still investing in that Tracker Classic XL if you want a new boat. But I don't know that that's the case. I haven't looked at those prices very closely. But again, I bought my Tracker because it was my first brand new boat. I liked what the boat offered for the money at the price point, and it was something that I could invest in, have a new boat, and it just didn't financially put me in a hard spot. So for all those reasons, that's why I bought my Tracker Classic XL back in 2019. And I'm interested to hear about your experience with your Tracker Classic XL. What you potentially paid for your boat. I know a lot of folks don't like to talk their business, and I'm okay. More power to you. I'm kind of the same way, but just us Tracker Classic XL owners, trying to get into into a good entry level boat. I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are about your investment into a Tracker Classic XL, or if you're thinking about buying one. Kind of what your thoughts are on the differences in prices, and if you would actually go back now and pay the same amount of money that you paid before. I've seen a lot of these boats for sale on marketplaces on Facebook and forums. A lot of guys bought them back when they were $10,000, $12,000, and now they're selling them for $15,000, $16,000. They're a year old, and they're making money, I suppose, off of the sale, and then turning around and investing in another boat. So a lot of different thoughts out there. Just something this morning on a Wednesday when I'm driving to work, it was kind of on my mind as I was flipping through the ads and flyers on the new spring catalog at Bass Pro, and just wanted to share my thoughts with you this morning. That and a quarter might get you a bad cup of coffee at a gas station. But again, always appreciate you guys taking time to watch these videos. Thanks for support to the channel. You guys stay safe out on the water, tight lines, and hook 'em up.